Good morning, girls. In the last session, we learned the methods, get init parameter, and get init parameter names. In today's session, we are going to learn about the servlet and JDBC. Here, the meaning of JDBC is to do the connection with any database using servlet, right? So let us do the connection with Oracle first. As all of you know that what are the steps we have to follow is, first of all, we need to create one table in our Oracle database if you want to do the connection with Oracle database, right? Then second step is to create a DSN. The same steps we will follow for servlet also, and in the third step we will do the coding for servlet to do the connection with Oracle. So let us begin with the example. What we are going to do is, first of all, open your SQL window, right? Here the username and password is Scott and Tiger. Create one table. The name of table is my tab, and I want to create it only two columns over here. Number, the data type of this column is number, and the length is 3, and the second column is name, and here the data type is varchar2. The length is 20. For the sake of simplicity, I have taken only two columns over here. Fine. That's it. Table is created. We got the message. There is nothing stored in this table. We have just prepared the structure. DESC my tab. Okay, this is the structure of our table. Now close this window, okay, and open your NetBeans IDE. Here the previous program is open. I am closing everything, right? Let me close the NetBeans and restart it. Many other programs are running in background, so avoid it. So here NetBeans is started, right? I have already created one program for JDBC connectivity with servlet, but before we do the coding for in NetBeans IDE for JDBC connection, let us clear the step number 2. For that, go to your control panel by clicking on start button. Open your control panel. Go to system and security and select administrative tools. Here we'll select the ODBC and choose the second tab, that is system DSN, and create your own DSN for Oracle, right? Click on add button. From the list of drivers, we will select Microsoft ODBC for Oracle. Click on finish. Provide the data source name for Oracle database. For example, I am giving my Aura 25, right? I will take my Aura in our practical, in our programming portion, but data source with the same name, my Aura, is already created, so I am showing you the different name. Click OK. and the name of DSN will be added in this list. As you can see, my Aura 25 is added, right? If you want to do the changes in existing data source, you can click on the same data source and then you can reconfigure it by clicking on configure button. As we have already studied about all these steps in our first unit. Okay, now click on OK button. Close this window one more time, and here it is. Now go to your NetBeans IDE and create your own project. Here I have already created that project with the name PRG_19. So I'm going to open that one. Now create one index page, index.html. In this page, you can create a table through which we can enter employee number and employee name. As we have only two fields in our table, namely number and name, the same number of columns we will also define in our HTML file. So here I created one table, right, and took 2 tr in the table. First TD is having a label employee number, and the second TD of first row is having a one text box which will accept a name of number of employee. The name given to this text box is txtno. In the second row, label the second row employee name, right, and provide one more text box for entering the name of employee. The name of this text box is txtnm. Okay, txtno and txtnm. At the end, we will insert one submit button. Input type equals to submit and value is add. Now, in the form action, we will set the name of servlet that we are going to create. Okay, and method is get. Here add record is the name of servlet which we will create very soon, right, and the method is get. Now go to project, right click on source packages, click on new and take one servlet. Here provide the name to your servlet. The name of your servlet is whatever you like, right? For example, add record, as I have already given this name, so I'll give add record 1. Click on next. Add the information to deployment descriptor. Okay, don't forget to select this checkbox, and this will automatically insert some information in your web.xml file. Class name is add record 1, servlet name is also add record 1, and URL pattern of this page, this servlet is also same, add record 1. Even you can initialize the parameter from here, right, as I have shown you in the previous program. You can enter the parameters in your web.xml The another way is you can go through this window also, right? Like this. Here you can enter the value like count, and the value is 1. Okay, and click on finish. But for now we don't want to add any parameter, so here it is, and click on finish. This will create one more servlet with default code, as you can see. Fine, no need to include this much packages, right? So we want only this 4 packages. See, one more package is required, that is import java.sql.star. As we have already learnt in our first unit, if you want to do the connection with any database, this package is important, right? The role of this package is very important for the connectivity purpose, because all the interfaces and classes related to connectivity are defined in this package. So we must include this package in our servlet as well. Java.io, second is java.sql, javax.servlet, and javax.servlet.http, right? These are the packages. Okay, now public class add record extends HTTP servlet. This always we do for our all servlets, right? And as I told you that you can take doGet method, process request method, okay, either or method you can take. And if you have taken post method in your index.html, at that time which method you can take over here? You can take doPost method. As usual, it has 2 parameters of type HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response, fine, which can throw servlet exception and IO exception. The content type is HTML, and create one object of printWriter class. Here integer number equals to, we will get the value of text number and text name. As I have enclosed this text boxes at the time of creation of index.html, right? I repeat, see, text number for entering employee number, and text name, this text box is defined for entering employee name. This both text boxes, we want to use the value of both the text boxes in our add record page, right? How we can fetch that value? We can fetch the value through this method get parameter. Okay, this is a method defined in the class HTTP servlet request, and we can access that method with the help of object of this class. Okay, so here it is, request.get parameter. Inside the bracket we will pass the name of text box, and this method will return the value which we have entered in this text box to the variable no. This is in string format, so first of all we have to parse that value into its equal integer value, right? So the method integer.parse integer is taken. This will convert the string value to integer number and stored into number. Similarly, we will fetch the value, whatever value entered in txt name text box, again with the help of get parameter method. Okay, and this is already in string format, so no need to convert it, and this method will return whatever value we will enter in text box in nm variable, right, of type string. Now what is required? To register the driver, right, to register the driver and do the connection, with our database through DSN. So first of all we will take class.forName method, sun.jdbc odbc driver. Okay, this is type 1 driver. For practical purpose we always use this driver. Okay, now connection is done, driver is registered. Now driver manager dot get connection, we will do the interaction with our database through this object. Which object we are talking? We are talking about the object connection, con, which is an object of connection class. Okay, now the URL for get connection method is, for Oracle, is jdbc odbc myora. And if your database is Oracle, so you need to enter a second parameter as well as third. These are username and password for accessing your Oracle database, right? Scott and Tiger respectively. Connection is done. Now we can do the conversation with our database through con object. I have already created one table with name myTab in Oracle. Now through this code we just want to enter values in that table, right? So we will take a query, insert into myTab, and values are question mark. As we have already learned about prepare statement in first unit, right? We can say that you can copy that content from your JDBC program and you can paste the same code over here. Now as you can see, I have used the prepare statement class PST, right? PST equals to con.prepare statement, connection.prepare statement, and pst.set integer. Here we have used two parameters, and for both parameters I have used a question mark symbol. So we must pass the values for both values, question marks, right? One by one. The first value is numeric value, so for that we will use the setter method of type integer. Your setInt is a method. SetInt is a method, right? The index number of this value is 1. So here our first argument is index number for this question mark 1. Now the value we want to pass in this field is specified by variable name no, which is defined here, and in this field we got the value from the text box txt no, right? So whatever you enter in your text box, that will ultimately go in this variable, and through this variable the value is that this value will go in your table myTab, right? I repeat, whatever value you enter in your text box through the index.html page, that will come in the variable named no, and ultimately this value we will pass in this question mark, and this will insert the value in your table. Now what about the second question mark, second parameter? Here again the second parameter is of type varchar. So we can use set string method for this question mark, right? Here you can see I took the method set string for passing the value for second question mark. The index number is 2 because this question mark is on the second position, right? So I have used the index number 2, and which value you want to pass. Even you can send a static value for this question mark, but instead of passing a static value, I want to pass the value which is entered in our text box of index.html page, right? How it will come over here? So let us repeat here. Txt_nm is a text box defined in your index.html file. Here it is, right? We got the value of this text box in our servlet through get parameter method. Okay, then this value will come in nm. Here nm માં આવશે, and ultimately the value of nm will be passed to the second question mark, right, through setString method, and this value will go into my tab table. જે પણ વેલ્યુ તમે ટેક્સ્ટ બોક્સની અંદર નાખશો, index.html પેજ આપણું પહેલાં એક્ઝિક્યુટ થશે. ત્યાં બે ટેક્સ્ટ બોક્સીસ છે, એક નંબર માટે, એક નેમ માટે, રાઈટ. વોટ એવર યુ એન્ટર ઇન ધ નેમ ફિલ્ડમાં તમે જે પણ નાખશો એ વેલ્યુ આપણે સર્વલેટની અંદર ગેટ કરાવશું થ્રુ ધ મેથડ ગેટ પેરામીટર. ઓકે, એ વેલ્યુ આપણે nm વેરિયેબલની અંદર લઈએ છીએ. nm વેરિયેબલની અંદર વેલ્યુ જે હશે તે આપણે setString થ્રુ અહીંયા આગળ ક્વેશ્ચન માર્ક થ્રુ માય ટેબની અંદર પાસ કરશું. Now we want to insert a value in my tab table, so we have to use execute update method, right? Execute update. This will return a number of rows inserted in your table, pst.execute update, and we will print how many rows are inserted through this method. Okay, n plus row inserted. At the end, try block over catch exception e dot to string. The code where maybe chance to arise an error that you must enclose in try block. Keep this thing in your mind. Always keep the code where maybe chance to arise an error, right? Always keep enclose that code in try block. Here it is. Now run your project. Enter an employee number 1, enter a name, okay. This is our index.html page. By default, always the browser starts execution from index.html. Click on add. Okay, one row inserted. We got the message, one row inserted, right? We are on the servlet page, add record. Here the txt_no equals to 1 and txt_nm equals to Krishna, as you can see in our address bar. Now let us check our table. Go to SQL window. Open your table. Select star from my tab, and here you can see the result. One row is inserted. Let us insert one more record. One more time execute your program. Employee number 2. One more time, row is inserted. Open your SQL window. And select the records of My Tab table. Okay, so here it is, all about the connectivity with Oracle database through servlets, right? Here you must keep these 3 steps in your mind. Number 1 is create table. Step number 2 is to create DSN, right? I mean to choose an appropriate driver and give a name to your DSN. And number 3 is do the coding for the connection with whatever database you are choosing. So these are the steps you have to follow in sequence. Then only you will be able to do the connection with any type of database through servlets. One more thing that you must keep in your mind is driver registration, okay, through the for_name method. Here for the practice purpose we always use type 1 driver, and in our case the driver is sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc driver. As we have done lot of practicals of connectivity in our unit 1, the same code I have used for the servlet connectivity also. Okay, fine. The second step is to use the get connection method, and if you are doing the connection with Oracle, in that case you have to provide the URL for your DSN as well as username and password. Okay, here it is. Then instead of using prepare statement, you can go with statement class also, right? But we cannot vary the value for this fields. That's why I took the prepare statement instead of statement. Okay, even you can use the stored procedure. Even you can use the stored procedure in your program. Here what you have to do yourself is try to list out all the records which are available in your table, as we have checked through the SQL window, right? Here what we have done, select star from My Tab and display all the records which are available in My Tab. But in your case, create your own servlet to display all the records, and all of you are very well aware of how to display the record through the JDBC connection. What you have to do is you have to just copy that code from your unit 1's program and paste over here. The difference is you have to enclose all that code in servlet page, right? That is the main difference. Now this is all about the connection with Oracle. Now in the next session what we are going to do is we'll do the connection with Access database, right? And we'll do the same procedure. First of all we will create one DSN, then we'll do the creation of database in Access, and in the third step we will provide the name of driver, okay, and we will insert a record as well as we will delete the record from the database. Okay, now keep your journals up to date. We have done lot many practicals for servlet also. And one more thing, This practical is very much important for your practical exams. અત્યાર સુધી મેં જોયું છે કે ઓલમોસ્ટ બધી એક્ઝામની અંદર સર્વલેટ થ્રુ કોઈપણ ડેટાબેઝ સાથે કનેક્ટિવિટી માટેના પ્રોગ્રામ્સ આપે જ છે, રાઈટ. તો આપણે કનેક્ટિવિટીના લોટ્સ ઓફ પ્રોગ્રામ્સ આગળ કર્યા છે. સેમ પ્રોગ્રામ્સ તમે અહીંયા પણ ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરી શકો છો. તમે અહીંયા કોડિંગમાં જોયું કે ખાલી આપણે 2 or 3 લાઇન્સ જસ્ટ આની અંદર એડ કરી છે અને કોડિંગ છે એ આપણે સર્વલેટ્સની અંદર પરફોર્મ કર્યું છે. દેટ્સ ઇટ. there is no difference at all. તો આ બધા જ પ્રેક્ટિકલ ફરીથી અહીંયા સર્વલેટમાં પણ પ્રેક્ટિસ કરજો. ઓકે, in the next session we'll meet with the connectivity with Access database. Till then, bye and thank you.